Welcome back, everybody, to the ESL Mobile Open Recap. I'm Glitter Explosion.
And I'm Inverum.
And we are into our final game of the day. It is time to talk PUBG Mobile. And this is an important one, an important week here in Verum, because PUBG Mobile works a little bit differently than some of our other games do.
For sure. We are not advancing on to a challenge season for PUBG Mobile. There's a lot of stuff going on in the competitive PUBG Mobile ecosystem. So we get to put a nice little finale on ours with a final tournament for each one of these ladders. The last one was epic. It was really intense. Came down to the wire. An epic triple kill finish. Only 5 points separating it. And it makes sense that the team who won the whole thing is continuing to play in this next one. But what's awesome about this is we get to determine who our winners are. Well, in fact, this next coming weekend is very much exciting. Let's take a look at our leaderboard, though, because it's all about the top 16. We got 3 pages of teams to show you, and other games have been close, Glitter, and PUBG Mobile continuing with that trend.
Oh, 100%. 100%. BTown Esports doing very well for themselves here in our second ladder in general, holding out to that first place position. But look down the list. I mean, second and third place are only separated by 7 points. There's a literal tie at fifth place, which is only, you know, down below fourth by 3 points. It's literally anybody's game right now, but these are pretty much the solidified teams, right?
Yeah.
These are the ones that are mostly safe. We see a lot of names that we recognize. It's when we move on to the next 2 pages where things start to get a little spicy.
Oh, yes. Again, lots of really, really solid names we know. Names like HQA, Mazaksu, Moonlight CN are winners from ladder number 1. Level X down there at the bottom. 420 points. Nice. But, Glitter, there are some teams that are hot on their heels.
Yeah, and this is where it starts to get interesting, okay? We see 17th place is 11 points, essentially, right behind
11 points.
16th place. And that's where they need to be if they want to get in to qualify for finals. But looking at this list, we see Cruelty BG, who was a team that was leading the first ladder in the first time around. We see Valiant Esports, we see V2, Pro Era, all names that we recognize here in the next grouping, the next 8, lines, next 8 ranks of teams here that are trying to get into the top 16 position. And when we take into consideration that, I think it was last weekend, we saw a 21 kill game out of Chivas Esports last week. If you have any sort of a strong showing like that here in your last moments to do so, it could still be anybody's game.
Less than 30 points separating the top 16 and the top 24. It is down to the wire. You know what? If you make it in 4th place, you make it in 15th, you still gotta make it in. That's what these teams are really pushing for here, going into our finals event this coming Sunday. Actually, is where you can tune into that one. So
it's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be good. It's good. I mean, I think, well, games this week were pretty darn solid as well. If they're setting the stage, if they're sort of our appetizer going onto the entree that is our finals, it's a pretty good indication of how solid the action is going to be. I felt kind of bad for Jukes this past week because he had to try and pick only a handful of plays to show. And I have to say, Glitter, we had ourselves some doozies. So let's send it over to Hot Jukes to break down the action from week number 7.
Hey, what's up, Advira? What's up, Glitter? Okay, week 7, we got it going on here. 1 more week left to go, and then the finals are coming up, baby. So I know you guys already dove into the scores a little bit, but I really want to emphasize what we got going on here because there's 1 week left, only one left to see who's going to be top 16 and who's going to play in the finals. So let's go ahead and head over to the scoreboard once again, and we're going to look at that bottom of the leaderboard. Who is going to make it into that top 16? This is that bubble of teams that have a possibility of making it in. And in my opinion, you're going to have all the way down to team 24 at least. Now look at the teams that are currently in contention of being knocked out. Quite a few huge names. I mean, look at this. Team 20. 20th place, Cruelty BG, the team that was the top squad going into the first split. They're in 20th. They're not going to make it to the finals if they don't have a phenomenal last week. So this is something I'm going to be looking at. Valiant Esports, another big team. Pro Era. A lot of huge squads are looking to climb up through the ranks and absolutely dominate because they have to if they want to play in the finals coming up. So this is where I really want to emphasize. These are the teams that I'm really going to be looking at next week to make it into that finals. So this is what I want to really show. Now that we've shown that, got that out the way, let's get into the gameplay. And we're going to start off with my play of the week this week. Let's do it. And my play of the week has got to go to Chemical Cloud MX. Now look at this play. This is, by the way, this is the team that is currently in 3rd place in the overall leaderboards. Look at this off angle. Vigles able to get the Groza, baby. And he's hiding by that crate. And he's basically baiting out his teammate. Avery ends up going down. While he's waiting here on the side, the second he gets the peek out, gets the 1 knock. Going for the second. And guess what, baby? He's gonna get the squad wipe all by himself. Huge chicken dinner. Chemical Cloud MX popping up big. And that was against Mazaksu Esports, baby. What a play. And we're going to start off the action inside of Eric Gale. Look at this. We're going to see Team Cruelty getting in some plays. Nice little pre-fires there through the smoke, trying to help out their teammate. Gonna get that piece up. Now they have 1 knock. Now look at Gat. I mean, this guy has to boost up to 1 HP at this point. I mean, the dude is lit out of his mind. The rest of his team's gonna have to make some plays. Faker tries to throw that Molotov, and those mollies you have to throw on top of the rock. Fortunately, threw it a little bit on that off angle, wasn't able to get it. So a little bit of a misplay there, but it's kind of a tough one to hit. So now they got the rest of Team Cruelty. It's just Faker left. And this starts to get a little bit scary because, you know, they see him piece up, so they know exactly where he is. But look at that. Faker comes back, gets 2 knocked, but instantly the remaining member of Team Cruelty gets that beautiful finish. Next up, we're headed to Miramar, and I'm going to break this one down big time because you're going to see right here a misplay that I hate to see. Look at the Hawaii's. Hawaii's going to run up in a 1v1. Crush this player here. I mean, look at this play. Well done. Gets shot from the side. Instant laydown. I mean, this is beautifully executed. Goes for the first aid. Says, how about I just take out this player right here? No problem. The man is feeling himself. He is in the zone. Now, I want everybody to look and think where he misplays this, okay? Hawaii's gonna go, obviously, for the thirst onto Psycho, which is a well played. Now, pause. What should Hawaii's do right now? You got to go for the second thirst. He knocked Zhao, and Zhao is giving pure comms to his teammate, the last remaining one, the man, of what he's doing. And if Hawaii's, you need to go for the thirst here, because not only is it an extra point, which is huge, but it completely eliminates the ability for that teammate to give that comms, that information that is so viable. And look what happens because of it. As we play this now, you're going to see Hawaii go for a challenge against the man, but the man's got the intel. He knows what's up and is able to get the finish. So that one little misplay, I think he was just feeling himself a little too much after getting those kills and paid the price and didn't end up getting the chicken dinner because of it. So that's something I really want to look at. And players, if you're doing this, think about that. That's something you can't afford to do, especially here at this high level. Now we're going to head on over to see an all-out brawl inside of Pecado, baby. In the apartments, look at this battle we're going to see between OffSeasonGG and the Simps. That's right, not their Simps, team name the Simps. And look at this, one of the Simps gets pieced up really well there. He's gonna kind of hold it down, and they're just trying to defend this position against Offseason, and they're pushing up hard together as a squad. That's something I like to see. I love to see a little bit more use of utility to try and open up the fight, and you're gonna see some of it here come up in a second, but they're just wanting to get this done with guns all out ablazing. Now we're gonna see right here, look at this. One knock from Toker, the main Simp, getting Omega. Another knock coming out as well. And here comes Offseason. Dan Boy gets a huge 2v1, flicks onto his own teammate there. I mean, right now this man's in the zone, just trying to get it done. And they're gonna both go for these resets. I'm surprised Dan Boy doesn't try to get more aggressive. Look at the Molotov! The Molotov coming out from Soul. So huge. We're gonna speed this up. Surprisingly, they're able to get everyone back up. And Offseason, after that misplay, they are just gonna come in hot to finish off the Simps. Toker trying to get a first aid off, as here comes the rest of OffSeasonGG. They know that, hey, you know what? We got the numbers advantage. We got the people. Let's send it in together. And look at this, one by one, they just take out each Simp. Look at that. And look at the BM coming out from Dan Boy. They're feeling themselves, baby. That's the toxicity. That's what I want to see here in the ESL Mobile Open. Hanging on in Miramar, we're going to take a look at SailingPro. Now, this is the team that is currently second over on the leaderboard, so they're an absolute lock into the finals, and this is the reason why. Look at this. Pandy through the smokes, able to get a nice couple pieces up. You're going to tell the rest of his team where exactly the enemies are. They're going to have to get into a battle together. As soon as they hear those shots against each other, they know this is third-party time. Let's start setting it up into here. And they use those smokes beautifully to be able to find some extra angles. Look at Pandy getting another knock, getting the finish. I mean, just execute it to perfection. That's why we're seeing this team crush it. Second place overall. Can't wait to see how they end up performing in the finals coming up. Heading on over back to Eric Gale. We're going to look at Extreme Ice, the last remaining member. Snake City, baby. We have to at least see one Snake play. And look at this. Here comes Evo sending it on to the last remaining member. And he's in big trouble. He's in big trouble here. He's going to try to survive, do everything he possibly can. But, I mean, look at this. Evo are sending it on here, switching to FPP. That kind of helps you be able to see through the smokes just a little bit better, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're just going, using their utility, trying to find the last guy, and look how they're going to end up finding him here. Through the smokes, Schwan coming up, getting the 1v1, easy pickings, gets the chicken dinner. Next up, we're going to look at BLW here. Now, this is a massive game for them. Look at that, 16 kills they've got, and they're looking for more. They're hungry for blood. They're outside of the zone. He does end up getting absolutely wrecked here by David. That's a beautiful play from him. And the rest of them need to just focus together. They can't just start sending this one by one. Otherwise, they're gonna get caught because David ain't messing around. But you know what? Norza ends up catching Mystic on the off angle. Only one remaining member left on the enemy team. Gonna hard peek it, get bodied. So well executed there. A massive game for BLW. Huge kills, 18 in total. And speaking of BLW, I mean, just look at this beautiful play they had at Stanhope. This is just nice. Look at that Norza boy. I just have to show this. Look at this nade. Blind nade from downtown. Boom. Gonna miss. Next nade, though. Bang, baby. If you can't hit him once, you can hit him twice. I just had to show that. It was beautiful. Next up, look at this in Miramar, the rejects. Psych. Got that duck backpack on, and that duck backpack is smiling right now because he can see his boy Psych absolutely demolishing teams here. Look at that, another Rejects the man. We saw him earlier try to do a nice little clutch up. He's going to be coming in from the back angle, and regardless, I mean, just a beautiful play. Now we're going to look at Mazaksu Esports. Now, Mazaksu, we saw them get bodied a little earlier in the show, but they say, you know what? We can't go out like that, Jukes. We gotta show you how we do some bodying. And look at revenge! Getting revenge on one of the members of GC. It's Bug. Another beautiful finish there. And he's got no helmet. He's got no helmet, but he's just gonna hold this off angle. Batman coming from a beautiful shot, so I get some good pieces up there. And they are just executing this perfectly. Oh, well, look at this nade. Batman says, oh, psych, never mind, no nade. Gonna pull out the gun here, get the finish. He sees the tail, he sees the feetsies. And he goes for the shots, and I think he wants it. Like, he wants that kill, he wants that point. Finally decides to pull the nade out. And here it goes. Can he hit it? That's what we all asked ourselves. Of course, it's Batman. All day long, throwing the Batarang out, getting it done. He's gonna go for the lay down. This is a beautiful play here, because he knows he's gonna most likely have to hard peek it because the zone's coming. And all he has to do is just wait, waste his time. The second he sees any pixel move, boom. And that's exactly how it's done. Chicken dinner, Mazaksu Esports. And last but not least, we gotta look at BTown, the top team currently here for the second split. And just look at why. Look how they push together, almost side by side, and just using each other so well. This is what I love to see from a top squad. Just absolute dominance. I mean, you can't do anything as a single player. There's just too much pressure, and all you gotta do is just go back to the lobby. BTown, that is how you do it. Show the people how it's done. BTown, I want to see you do it in the finals. I want to see you do it in the finals because Cruelty, they were on top and they didn't win first place. BTown, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. So, Bo, that's it for week 7, baby. Everybody give yourself a round of applause because that's all I got for you here. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'm going to send it back over to you, Glitter and Envirum, to wrap things up. 1 week left. 1 week left. Let's go.
I mean, that was a fantastic breakdown of just how and why there's so much action week after week when it comes to PUBG Mobile. And I know that that final play there from BTown wasn't too flashy, but for me, the reason that one stood out the most is because of the fact that it was just cohesive. Like, that was a coordinated team. They were focus firing well. They were staggering themselves in the event that they needed to trade off damage potentially coming in from the team that they were all pushing together. And it was just such a clean finish for the chicken dinner that that's the type of gameplay I'm going to be looking at going into the finals.
And I'm so glad I was going to highlight that one too, because to me, it felt so organic. That's
Yeah.
how you want to see a team push, the way they were using the crest of the hill, never letting, more than one person be a target at once constantly. They're going to start getting shot. They're going to juggle aggro, never also taking the point where it's going to be just a one-on-one, always making sure they're able to leverage their numerical advantage. And it does the pure definition of run and gun, not being afraid to push an advantage they know that they have. It's that sort of killer instinct. We've talked about it in PMPL. We've talked about it here in the Mobile Open. And I'm excited to see what they can do in the finals, because this is going to be an exciting last week of play leading into those plans. Because Glitter, we had so many amazing moments over the course of the day. It's hard. You can't eat just one, but if you had to pick a couple of moments, what are you feeling?
I think this is going to be the first week where I don't pick specific moments. I think what actually stood out to me the most and what I enjoyed the most is that we had multiple leaderboards across multiple titles this week where there were multiple ties. Okay? That is just how close every single ladder is right now. And that's just, I think that's like the ultimate goal for this, right? Like, everyone is fighting tooth and nail for their position.
Literally hundreds of teams competing across all these different games, and we still have leaderboards that are this close. Yeah, I have kind of agreed. There are a couple of individual moments, but looking back, I really, and I love what Ash has been doing with these videos, highlighting like the really key pick and bans on the brawler front, because it's making me appreciate from Brawl Stars just the depth of the pool that you need, a brawler pool that you need to have. These top players can't be one tricks. This idea that you constantly have to be evolving and bringing new plays to the table, which carries through into Clash of Clans, where you constantly have to be iterating on these attacks, putting your own spin on them, trying to find the next way to not only break open the base, but break the meta open. And we're right in time for that, getting into these plans. So just so much great stuff from start to finish. I'm really excited because Glitter, again, one more week of play, which means that if you're watching this at home, exclamation point follow, please, not just on social media, but also here. If you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, you don't want to miss any of the action coming up. Please, Glitter, because I'm a little biased, but it is genuinely really exciting.
Oh, no, it is. And we have a great time here every single week. We fill you guys in if you did happen to miss anything. So you can always catch up with us here. So there's no way to lose in that scenario if you follow us.
Absolutely. So thanks for all of you who've tuned in, watching on the VODs, all that good stuff. I've been in Verum.
I'm still Glitter Explosion.
Yeah, that hasn't changed. Still us. And still very excited to be continuing to bring you all the mobile esports action here for the ESL Mobile Open. That's it for us this week, but we'll join you later on, a slightly different time on Friday. We have Brawl Stars, we have Clash of Clans, we got PUBG Mobile. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you then.